he thinks that he's more interested in good meditation and so on. He's looking for...
Yeah, I think Achandik makes good meditation.
Yeah? Do you think so? But he cannot even answer James' question about when he practice. She said when I told Achandik, he just kind of blank. That's why she came to you last time on Sunday. That poor thing. She has been informed, misinformed, or maybe too technical about everything in the Wat. That's why she just flew away. And instead of going to her sister, he just got out of this. So she's just like a cotton ball flower. Can be blown very easily by the wind of the mouth.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all cotton ball flowers? Wind comes from the west, we go to the west. To the east. When the wind comes from the east, we go to the west. All our life, our friends said this, and then we did that. Our parents said that, and we did this. Because we don't know what we want. Do we? I mean, karma is really interesting. I mean, it's not only, but if I kill, then I will get killed. That is very, very coarse. But it's so subtle. In these kind of movements that we make, that we cannot stay here, that we misunderstand something, that we think we get the wrong teacher, or that somebody tells us something wrong about this person. I mean, all our life is full of that. And it's all karma, interwoven. This kind of karma comes in, and this influences this, and in the end, we just look at this life and think, God plays a bad joke on us. But it's not. It's all our doing. But it's interwoven. It's not only this kind of doing and that kind of doing, A lot of doings come together. Just like in the soup, a lot of spices come together and make the taste of the soup. Not only water, you start some flowers, some herbs, some this, some sugar, some vinegar, whatever. I mean, that all makes the flavor of the soup. And the only thing that we get presented is the flavor of the soup, huh? So what is it? How can we practice? The only way how to practice is, to differentiate between the different flavors. I mean, to taste out the salt in the soup, to taste out the sugar, to taste out the fat, to taste out, all the ingredients. Or in other terms, to bring everything back to the five khandhas. Or now, was it feeling, or was it memory, or was it thought, that triggered it? Or was it the body, or was the consciousness? Forget about consciousness. Because if there's no consciousness, there's no feeling. So with consciousness comes one of the senses. I mean, when a sense arises, consciousness must be there. If you're not conscious, you don't know that the sense arises. So consciousness always has a sense. I mean, either the bodily sense, or feeling, or memory, or thought. Consciousness alone is not there. It only arises when there is something there. Then when consciousness works. So, don't worry too much about consciousness. Worry about the body. I mean, the body and the six senses, that's what we are mostly aware of.
Chitta and consciousness, are they kind of related?
Hmm?
Chitta and consciousness, are they related?
No. They have nothing to do with each other. I mean, when you look at the paticca samuppada, or the, what is it? Conditioned, what is it?
Dependent origination.
Huh? Dependent origination.
It depends on the translation. It can be called conditioned genesis.
Oh. Okay, dependent origination.
You can be
what?
creative when you translate it to English. Give it a bit of colour.
Yes. Giving it a colour and hiding the fact. So, no, but what I say, the first comes avijja. Avijja is the condition for all the phenomena to arise. The phenomena are the condition for consciousness to arise. The consciousness is the condition for nama rupa. That means meaning and form to arise. And meaning and form is a condition for feeling to arise. And feeling is the condition for attachment, for tanha, for craving, for desire, for dislike or like.
How does the nama rupa come about?
Nama means mind and rupa means body. I mean, when you hear something, then you know you hear. That's nama rupa. When you see something, you know that you see. So, that's nama rupa. When you feel something, then you know that you feel. That's nama rupa. You don't know yet what you hear. You don't know yet. Yeah? And with this comes a feeling, and then memory gets involved, and finds out what it is. What exactly, if it's a chicken or if it's a snake or a rat or whatever. Is it a person? Is it our language or is it a different language? Whatever. I mean, then a lot of rattling is going on through our brain to find out what it was that we heard or what it was that we saw. That all belongs to the process of nama rupa. How do you know this is a tree? Look. Understand it. How you see it. That's a tree. How do you know it's a chicken? I mean, it just pops up, isn't it? But sometimes in the night when you don't open your eyes, just listen to the sounds and you're not sure what it is. Because you don't see it. Is it a smart answer or
No,
question?
I got a question. Sometimes at night when I'm asleep, I'm aware I'm asleep. And I don't, I don't feel my body or anything. I'm just aware I'm asleep. And if I'm aware I could wake up if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm aware, of this kind of stuff, but I don't want to. I'm just aware. Now, is it possible to be 120, and then where am I? What's going on?
I mean, just try it out. You say you don't want to wake up.
What I'm saying, this is a problem of work. What I'm saying is I'm just aware. I know I could wake up.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's like I'm just aware. There's no thought. Because if there were thought, I'd be creating a reality. But I'm not. I'm just there. And it's just like being... it's the same experience exactly, it seems to me, as being one heavy while I'm awake. And that is basically what my question is it possible to be one-pointed in sleep? Because a lot of times, anybody who would walk up and look at me and think, I'm asleep. I'm asleep. I'm not awake.
I mean, you could answer yourself the question.
Well,
you know what it is? No. You can answer yourself the question. First of all, one-pointed. Is it aware of other things? No. Is it aware of other things? No. How can it be aware of other things? Because then it's not one-pointed.
No, what I'm saying is that I know I'm asleep. It's just
but then you are aware of the sleep. So one-pointedness is one-pointedness and not two-pointedness.
Well, if in one-pointedness your body disappears and everything disappears.
That's right.
It was essentially the same thing in the way that my body's not there. I don't feel my body at all.
But you know, your other senses are there.
Talking about mind?
Yeah. I mean, memory is there and feeling is there.
No, I mean, unless you say just being aware, knowing the sleep.
I mean, just understand, please. Just understand. One-pointedness, has a point. It's just one point. You cannot be aware that I'm asleep. How can you be aware in one-pointedness that you're asleep? It's impossible. How can you be aware of anything around you in one-pointedness? It's impossible. Because this whole universe disappears. So asleep is not within this, asleep is within this universe. But if this universe disappears, I mean, all these things cannot be there. I mean, they all vanish. Of course, it is possible to be one-pointed in your sleep, but that is called the deep sleep phase. I mean, where they can murder you and you don't even realize it. But that deep sleep phase, that is very close to one-pointedness.
The deep sleep phase is what?
Very close to one-pointedness. That gives us the deepest rest. Just like one-pointedness gives us deepest rest. You're still in upacara, samadhi or whatever, but don't think, don't even think this is one-pointedness.
No, it's very strange because...
Yes, of course it is very strange. A lot of things are very strange. I mean, just go. Just go for yourself in one-pointedness and, experience it over and over again for you to know what is one-pointedness.
But when I was in one-pointedness, I was aware.
No.
You just know.
No, everything disappears. Just knowingness is there. Knowing is enough. Doesn't know of an object. I mean, if you know of an object, like I'm asleep, that is an object.
Okay, one-pointedness. I wasn't aware of anything so much as just being there. It's like...
mostly what is happening in one point is you don't even know. You don't even know a thing. What we call it is knowingness. Because once you come out, then only then can you say something about it.
Okay, so what you're saying is that
you're probably still in upacara samadhi, very close, but it's still...
No, but when time disappears...
Yeah. There can also be in upacara samadhi.
When hours disappear?
Huh?
When hours of time disappear?
Yeah. There can be in upacara samadhi, a deep concentration. But it not necessarily means one-pointedness.
Okay, well...
everything has to disappear.
Okay, when I'm awake, everything disappears. What I'm saying is this, whatever it is in the sleep state, it's almost, I don't know, it's not awake. I'm not awake. I'm
But you know that you're not awake, so.
I realize that, but that's the thing. Now, normally, if
That is not one point
no,
of view.
okay, but I'm just trying to put what it is, because like normally, if I knew I wasn't, if I knew I was sleeping, so if I knew I was asleep, just the thought would wake me up. If you understand what I mean. That it means that something would be, the wheels would be turning,
Yes.
so you would sort of somehow create a waking state. But this was, it was like I was just aware. Period. And I'm putting words to it.
Yeah.
But it's...
I mean, yes, I do understand it, and there's a lot of confusion.
No, I'm just curious because it's the place between places that I have labels for. I'm not, it's like a state where I don't know what to call it. I mean, if I'm not asleep, I'm asleep, but I'm not, I'm aware.
Is it important?
I'm just curious because I don't know if it's important or not.
Sounds like he's very relaxed. I often panic because I can't move.
I mean, there are a lot of things that can happen in the sleep. I mean, we can be in upacara samadhi, we can be in close to appana samadhi, in the deep sleep phase, or we can relive some of our karma, called vivid dreams or lucid dreams. We can have nimittas because our mind is, or our chitta is going, from our body and experience something else. I mean, it's so difficult to say what it is.
Okay, all of that, I can categorize.
I mean, now to understand, to understand the depth of upacara samadhi. I mean, upacara samadhi can go into a realm where everything nearly disappears, but still, the five khandhas are still there. The universe has not disappeared.
Well, if the five khandhas, does that include the physical body?
Yes.
Well, then I didn't have a physical body.
Yes, but you might have an astral body.
Okay, well then maybe that
yes.
Explain to me.
No, you're not excused.
It's natural phenomenon.
Okay.
Upacara samadhi starts up the moment we get concentrated, the moment we feel happy, the moment we feel contented. And then it gets deeper and deeper until there is no more thoughts, until there is no more memory.
Well, there are no thoughts.
Yes, and that is still upacara samadhi.
So you're saying that
Upacara samadhi always knows of its object of meditation. It still knows the Buddha, or it still knows the breath.
I wasn't aware of any of that. I was just aware.
Because, some people, just don't put their awareness, they just stay out in the play.
I'm saying, I'd be aware because there was no body. I couldn't feel
any
body.
Sorry, it's not appana samadhi.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what.
But you're arguing.
I'm not arguing about I'm not arguing that it was samadhi. I'm just saying what it was and curious, trying to get an answer as to what it was.
And I told you it's probably upacara samadhi. But then you're arguing again. It cannot be upacara samadhi.
No, I'm not. Okay. What you're saying is shut up.
I mean, what's the point of it? I mean, if you can't control it, if you can't make use of it, I mean, what's the point of it? If you don't get any insight from it, what's the point of it?
Well, I didn't want to control it.
Huh?
I had no desire to control it. It just was.
Yeah, okay. I mean, a lot of things just are.
Well, most of
That's the way the things are.
I can't think of anything that isn't.
I mean, all of our life we are trying to control our environment. And they are just things are. That is the beauty about upacara samadhi. Just things are the way they are, and we are not even bothered by it. I mean, we know that we are awake, or we know that we are asleep, or we know we are doing this, or we know this is happening, but we don't bother it because we don't think about it. That's the beauty of upacara samadhi. And as upacara samadhi is as manifold as all the realms in this existence. So what can you say? You have this experience of upacara samadhi, another person has that experience, and it's still upacara samadhi. And it's not yet appana samadhi. Because appana samadhi, everything disappears.
So then it's like appana samadhi, then it's nibbana?
No. Appana samadhi is very close. It's a preview of nibbana.
Uh-huh.
That's why it is. Because everything really disappears. That's why it's called a preview of nibbana. Otanachan says the nibbana of the ordinary person.
Well, when I'm awake,
check it out. Please check it out. I really wonder what you're arguing about.
No. I'm just trying to figure out, because it was such a... I've gone into that state a lot of times and didn't really sort of pay any attention to it, because it was just sort of something that happened when I was asleep. When I got to thinking about it, and I got to wondering, because I had the sense that I could go... it was like I had a lot of choices.
Yes, upachara samadhi.
But it wasn't...
You have the choices. You go to your realms in this kind of state.
I could have created dreams. I could have...
No, that would have been unlikely, but you could have, joined your friends in the heavenly realms.
But I did. The thing of it was that I had no desire. No.
That's exactly what happens in upachara samadhi. You don't have desire to do anything.
Yeah.
The kilesas are gone, so desire is gone. Things are just happening. Just enjoy
The thing of it is, it seemed to me, it was very similar to being conscious, but I was unconscious. But it wasn't conscious in that I was thinking. I know you say, shut up. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay.
No, what are you trying to tell me?
I'm asking. I was trying
but you're not satisfied with the answers that you get.
I know.
Yeah. So shall I say now you're an anagami? Huh?
No,
will that satisfy you?
Then I would know you were joking. No, I'm not. It's like
you've got to write out the script and give it to him, and he can read it back to you. And get exactly
You want to download this and then let him review, listen again.
Sometimes it's funny, Everybody else realizes, but us.
Yeah, it's always like that.
It's the same when Alisa is trying to argue. Everybody else around understands, what the hell is going on. And now, you in the city are dumbfounded. Everybody else, does realize it. But you still don't understand.
No, I understand what you're saying, but see, what I'm trying to
don't ever think that you understand what I'm saying, because what I say is not what you think I meant.
I hear what you say.
Yes. Okay.
I hear what you say.
Wasn't that a great one prof? I don't know where he was. I think he was in America. Don't even think that you understand what I say. Because what I say is not what you think I meant I said.
Now this sounds like a German song.
No. I think I heard it somewhere in the States. But it doesn't really matter. Okay? So you heard what I said. There's something, the question that I get from you is, what shall I do with this state? Okay, just pass through it. If you can't go, then look, maybe you find some tools, to go to the heavenly realms, or maybe better to the hell realms. Next time, you have to do that before. In upachara samadhi, you cannot do it. But before upachara samadhi, you put your mind, I want to go to the state. Okay. And then you go.
Go to where?
Wherever you want to go. Because in upacara samadhi, I mean, you don't have a choice. I mean, you don't have control. I mean, that is the whole practice of the kasinas, to direct your attention to it. And then, to develop the power. I mean, before you go in upacara samadhi, you have to determine your mind that you want to do this or do that. Otherwise, you can't do it. Because in upacara samadhi, you don't have control. Things are just happening.
How do you develop that?
I don't tell you. I mean, read the Visuddhimagga, there it's written. Huh? I mean, I said, I don't know it. I don't know it. I'm not interested in this crap.
Yeah, I notice you don't know about things.
Because it doesn't help me to get free. What I want is to get free. I want to be free of, whatever people think about me. That's all what I want. If you want something else, then you have to look for a different teacher. But if you want freedom, then you're at the right place.
You gave me the answer.
I noticed that you're not interested in developing any other thing.
Why should I be? I mean, why should I fool around with this, walk on the sky, or walk over the water? I mean, coming back to Germany, walking over the water, see, look, people. I mean, they're just getting fooled.
You can do it if you want to, right?
No! I don't say I can't do it, I can do it, I can't do it.
I mean, if you put effort to cultivate that, right?
Maybe.
But you're just not interested in what you see.
Why should I be interested in this?
What does it do for you?
I mean, it doesn't lead you to deliverance.
It takes you off the path.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes you mostly off the path,
A lot of people do sway over.
I mean, the things that you will gain through your freedom, through your battling the kilesas, is understanding of yourself. And once you understand yourself, you understand others. Because they work on the same mechanism. I mean, open a watch and open that watch and open that watch, they have the same mechanism. I mean, once you understand your own watch, you know how it works. And then you can help. But everything else, if you have a Swiss watch or a German watch or a Japanese watch or, a Chinese watch or, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But that's what you're looking for the diversity. I mean, of course, yes. I mean, Eric would be interested to walk across the water, coming back home,
Hello, Mom.
For convenience.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Ajay.
Just make me lazy.
You don't walk on water in Europe.
Why?
You get crucified.
Sorry? What did you say?
You get crucified. No, first not, but in the end, yes.
It's all right in China, in Japan.
I mean, they fly through the air in China.
The Kung Fu master.
Yeah, the Kung Fu masters.
What is it like? It says appana samadhi, and then what's there in between what's after appana samadhi? Upacara, appana samadhi, and then.
There's the third kind of samadhi is kanika samadhi.
What's that?
Momentary samadhi. I mean, you just dip into for a second into appana samadhi and then come out.
Okay.
That come out can be, most of the time it will be in upacara samadhi, but sometimes it can be back in the normal one. I mean, these are the only two. I mean, deep state of samadhi where everything is gone. Everything. I mean, you're not even aware that you're sleeping, you're not aware that you're sitting, you're not aware of anything at all. You're not aware of the time. I mean, somebody can kill you. And you're not even aware of that.
Even the chicken.
I mean, even the chicken can shit on your head, or they can attack you, but you're not aware, because it's completely out. You have removed yourself from this. I mean, it is like the programmer of the computer. I mean, takes a nap. I mean, whatever the computer does, he doesn't know. I mean, somebody can stop his computer when he wakes up. He sees, oh, dead body. Okay, let's go. Leave. Get another computer.
Ajahn,
What?
I have a question. In deep sleep,
Yes.
is it possible that one do something yet not knowing it?
No. Just like in appana samadhi, you are not. You are just in deep sleep. I mean, I think our scientists have figured that out. The deep sleep phase. It's not very long. Just an hour, half an hour.
Yeah.
Because Ajahn,
Yeah.
just one question.
And some people just don't get it. It's not everybody gets the deep sleep. And that's, that tells us something about our psyche. I mean, if our psyche, if our what is it, hiri or tapa? If our conscience is clean, I mean, we can get into this deep sleep. If you're not clean, if you constantly think, if you're constantly troubled by this and that, I mean, we just don't get any sleep. In the next day we wake up, completely, like pulled on a train, third class train.
May I ask you one question?
I don't know. I don't know if you can ask. I mean, ask properly, and then you can ask.
Ajahn, I normally set my alarm 4 hours
Yes.
sleep. But there are times that I wake up before because
Yes.
I don't really. So sometimes I oversleep by 1 hour or half an hour. And they say, how come the alarm never ring? They say, the alarm is switched off. So I say, cannot be, because when I first wake, the alarm...
Of course it can be. I mean, it happens to us, the moment the alarm clock is very close. I mean, you're in half sleep, whoop.
Oh, not possible. You know why? Because I sleep with the, my mosquito net over. And I place my phone outside mosquito net. And it's total darkness. If I switch off, I have to really on the light. So I said, okay, fine, note. So there's 2 incidents, I wake up, I make sure that before I go to the second sleep, check whether the alarm is correct or not. Okay, the alarm is there.
I mean, you don't trouble yourself with these things.
Strange, huh?
No, it's not strange.
I wake up in the middle.
I mean, nothing is strange. I mean, why we call it strange? We will forget that we did it. That's what you call it strange.
That's what I was wondering.
Yes,
Because
we forget. No, we don't do that in sleep. We do it because we are so tired we don't remember it. Before we go to sleep. We don't do things in sleep. Except in half sleep, of course we can do that. When we're half awake and half asleep, then we can do a lot of things. Oh.
Because I have to lift up the mosquito net.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just the same thing, No, it's just the same thing. I mean, I don't understand why I'm reacting like this. I mean, the best problem is, just help yourself and be more aware. And you will see what you do. But because you're tired, you don't remember, or you think you said and you didn't do it. I mean, can that not happen? Yes, of course it can happen. It happens all the time. And we find things strange because we don't remember that we did it. Isn't it?
Okay, check it out.
Yeah. I mean, check it out.
I'll check it out.
I mean, these are problems. I mean, you don't really have to ask me. I mean, just be more aware, and that solves the problem. I mean, of course, if you're very tired, I mean, you forget to put your alarm clock on. I mean, it happens sometimes to me. If I want to wake up and then the next day I realize it. But I don't blame anything. I don't say it's strange, I said, I realized, I just rolled back and realized, I didn't put it on.
No, the question is, I remember my first week. After that, I checked the alarm is on, so I put it there.
Yeah.
When that day happened, I was like, I did check. And
Maybe you didn't.
I did. Because
roll back and see it.
Okay, fine, check it out.
Yes. I mean, I'll check it out, and don't worry so much about these little things. I mean, worry about your awareness that is going on while you're eating. Especially if you get some mangoes and some good stuff.
Thank you for the share.
How you know mango?
I gave them, I think, 2 mangoes.
How come the boys get it, the girls don't get it?
No. I mean, with the kitchen, I don't want... In the beginning, I had, I sent some trays to the kitchen, but no, I don't want to have to do anything with the kitchen anymore. It's such a mess. It's hell down there.
No, John, I was just kidding. No, it's okay, I'm fine. I was just kidding. I have more than enough.
I don't understand. The things... There are a lot of strange things happening in our life. And I said it in the beginning, it's because of our karma. I mean, we get a soup that is too salty, and we forgot that we put some salt in the soup, too much. Because we looked away, because we saw, if you're a man, we saw a pretty girl looking by. Yeah. And if you're a woman, you saw, you heard the voice of a very male man. And that moment is gone. You don't even recall that. And then you suddenly taste the soup and it's too salty. And you wonder, how the hell did the salt? Somebody else must have put that salt into mine. Yeah? Somebody else must have turned my alarm clock off. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes. Sure.
Sure, confirm.
Yes, confirm.
Issue certificate.
But with this, you don't never get to freedom. As long as you blame other people for your own doing, you will never get to freedom.
I know that. Thank you so much for the talk. The world is a mirror of itself.
Even if someone else did it, it's your karma that they did it.
You come back.
So it's still your fault.
Does it? It hardly, when we are here in this environment, these things hardly happen.
Sorry?
When we are here in this environment, everybody has enough to do with oneself now. They don't worry about, teasing another person. Maybe when you get a monk, think about
I don't know what happened to my book. Is it done? My notebook? I gave you my notebook.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting the brand.
Okay.
When you return the pages that you copied, there are 5 pages, you only return 4. I can give her the 4. One of them.
I copied from 1 to 5.
I know I've got 1 to 5 copies. They're the originals. I've only got 4 pages.
I do not know.
So,
I copied more than there was.
No, there were 5 pages.
Yes.
But I thought maybe one of them, I got that from the copy machine.
I don't have a copy machine, but okay, let's see.
Just circle those that you can read, then I write it for you quickly.
Ajahn is falling into a state of mind of one sort or another. Like a trance. Like looking at the tree and feeling the tree. What do you say for that?
Evaluate for yourself. Do you feel refreshed when you come out? Was it a nice state? Was it a wholesome state? But be honest, huh? Why did you fall in trance in the first place? Sometimes we just don't want to see, and that's why we fall, we stare away.
But what if you come back and you can see?
Yeah, it's up to you. I would, just try it out, for yourself. If you if we have the same meaning about trance, I certainly wouldn't call it a wholesome place.
What do you mean by trance, actually?
I mean, just somewhere up in unknown thoughts. That's trance.
No, just observing.
What, observing tree or?
No, I mean the dog was here.
Oh, that's not called a trance. That's not called a trance. I mean, it's observing. Yeah, concentration. I mean, a trance is just being somewhere. You don't know where you are.
Okay, and so the jhana, they call trance?
No.
It's not trance.
Trance is like, you dance yourself into some sort of state. I mean, that's where trance is actually coming from, isn't it? You dance yourself in a state of, into a state of delusion.
It's not some medium, those mediums?
No, not all. Yeah, mediums go into trance as well. I mean, they
what
can.
What is that, Ajahn?
I mean, that's probably upacara samadhi if they are really mediums, where they can talk to other people.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to talk to other beings in this universe, I mean, you have to be in upacara samadhi. Otherwise, you can't.
And some of them develop black magic.
So yes, I mean, black magic and white magic. Yes?
What's white magic?
Huh?
What's white magic?
I mean, wholesome magic. I mean, being aware of the thoughts of others if you teach them, and to know what kind of right thoughts they have or what kind of wrong thoughts they have. Just like the Lord Buddha, he used magic, he showed the fire worshippers, that there's something more than fire worshipping. That's why he used magic. I mean, he did use magic. He went through the air and went over the water, just to convince them that their magic is not the only thing in this world. But he doesn't do it for his own, gains. He does it, to convince other people.
Another question. No, because I
Yes.
asking before there's anything
Very noisy now.
Can you have jhana with your eyes open? So, and so this observing with concentration can be a form of real.
I mean, that's what I told you. It's just that, just the exercise. But the jhana, of course, happens within your inner mind. It doesn't happen in this world outside.
No, but I mean, maybe it's not so much the object you're looking at, but just fixed upon one object.
Yeah, be careful. I mean, yes, but be careful. I mean, you see, your mind, because he's bored now. Now he wants to try something else. And then he tries out this, then he gets bored. And then he wants to try out another thing. You see that?
No, but I mean, it's essentially the same thing over and over.
I mean, do the same thing. I mean, that's why jhana practice is so difficult. Because for 20 years, I mean, we just have to stay on one circle. And that's boring. So then you think, after 1 week, you think, maybe I just can stay on that leaf. Or on that wall, and then you want to stare at this, or at the dog, and then you want to stare at that. I mean, that doesn't get you anywhere. The one pointedness is getting you somewhere. The mind wants to change the objects. It's bored.
When I done them, I don't know if this is the nature of my mind, but when I was a kid, everything is
Yeah.
photographic. So even the Buddha wants to become a picture.
Yes, good. So maybe you read a chant book and then you can remember the chant. I mean, that is wonderful, photographic memory.
Sure, but I mean, should we not just work with that?
Yes, of course. Work with it, but you can use it for not for concentration. Use it for investigation.
So
Next time, you look, you see a rotten animal. Look at it, photograph it, and put it in your mind. And next time you do investigation, take that picture out and compare it with your own body.
Can I choose body contemplation as my one-pointedness?
No. One-pointedness is one point.
I mean, isn't it one of the kamatanas?
Yes, you can use it. That is the first stage, how we do in investigation. It's just to bring up the picture. But what we want is not the picture that is in our memory. We use that to get to the real thing. And then you will see it is alive. Because the picture in the memory is not alive. And then once it is alive, then you cut it up. Or you look at it, or you smell it, and you can smell it. You can feel it. Take your heart, your quivering heart. So you take the photographic memory, just to get up the image, and then once it becomes real, then you start investigation. Then you ask, hey, let me have a look inside. How does it work? Or cut it up, What is it made of? And then the next organ, what is it made of? And the next organ, what is it made of?
You can just choose to.
Whatever you want to choose,
What you do,
go
you
ahead.
concentrate on it.
Whatever you like, you choose. But that is not going to lead to appana, no? Understand? Investigation is investigation, is panya. Samadhi is upacara, samadhi, or samatha. Concentrating on just the same point.
And that moving the body, remember I told you, just to keep the body in movement, you said what is moving?
Yeah, if you walk.
It must be the legs.
What is moving?
No.
No. Look.
But
understand it.
So if you're moving the legs, you're focusing on the legs.
No.
No.
You know that the legs are moving. You don't have to focus on the legs that they are moving. When you walk, do you know that you're walking?
Okay, so then let me say.
Even if you walk through the town completely, half unmindful. You know that you're walking, don't you?
Yeah, but you concentrate on it. Like I said, just.
No, you concentrate on the smells or on the girls.
No, really. It can be the concentration where it's just pictures now all the time. So is that concentration, is that for any purpose? One-pointedness.
Okay, take a picture, if you have the Buddha. Take the picture of the Buddha. Or take one of the kamatanas, that's fine.
But to do something like that?
No, don't mix them up. Don't change them, yeah? Know that you know. I know it's difficult. The mind is bored. The mind is bored. That is what you have to understand. That's why he tries to find something else, that is more interesting than just this photo. You understand that? The mind is bored. He doesn't want to stay on one thing. But actually, if he could stay on one thing, that would give us the peacefulness and happiness. But because he can't stand on, he tries to seduce us. Oh yeah, maybe I do this, or maybe I do this, or maybe I do this, or maybe I watch this, or maybe I watch that, or maybe I just watch breath coming in, looking, down and then going up. You never get stable. Whatever you do, if it's moving, you don't get stable. That's why you have the concentration on the tip of the nose, or you have the concentration with the Buddha. What happens is that the knowingness comes after that.
You can feel the Buddhas already.
Yes, okay.
But
Yes.
I'm just wondering, maybe these states that I can go into with a
Not yet. I mean, just get a basic, huh?
At least upacara.
Yeah. Get a basic, you can do it every day, every moment. You sit there and 1, 2, 3, and then you are gone.
Question 2 about like when I'm going the breast and then I go into the body and like this area right here feels very, very tight sometimes. But also like it sometimes feels like there's just a kind of light when I focus on it and I kind of relax and I make sure it's very odd and it's very painful and like I go kind of the earth element and whatever. But then there's also this sort of light behind it or sort of this, I don't know what the light or whatever it is. If you can talk anything about that.
I mean, the whole universe is in here. I mean, the kilesas are here, the Dhamma is here, the darkness is in here, the light is in here, everything is in here. I mean, all what we do is, that is the projector, and all what we see is that what it projects out. So, of course, when we go into the heart, everything is there as well. So, there's nothing there's nothing amazing about it. I wouldn't suggest that you go into the heart, not at the moment. I mean, of course, sometimes you can have some happy feelings, and next time you can be in hell. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, you remember, you just have a memory of what you did really bad. I mean, and then you're down in hell. I mean, first of all, we have to learn how to deal with the things. So we learn a method, how to get comfortable with all these uncomfortable things that are in our heart. You understand that? Once we can do that, then you get more and more and more and more skill. I mean, if you go now, and you get lost. You get lost. Because there are so many things in there, more than in this world. So you get lost. That's why we hold very, very, very tight to a rope or to a stick, that guides us, so that we don't get lost. And that is samatha, and that is vipassana. I mean, in the end, you can do whatever you want. But with certain methods, we bring up certain kilesas that we know that come up, okay, and we know how to deal with them. I mean, that's the whole point of practice. I mean, otherwise, why do we need practice? I mean, you don't need to come here to look in your heart.
Quiet.
Huh?
It's quiet,
Yes, of course, it is quieter here at this place, yes. But any kind of practice is difficult, and we don't like to do it. Because we have to be forced, to do the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, we have to learn our skills. Sorry. If you learn to be a carpenter, then first of all, you have to learn something that has nothing to do with producing a table or with producing a... Yeah. I mean, all what you have to do is pop, just one block of wood, and then you carve it out or you scrap it out. It has nothing to do with a table. But if you don't have that skill, you can't build anything. Now, if you don't have the skill of samatha or vipassana, I mean, you can't do it. That is the most boring thing.
Is vipassana looking around the heart, or like in this area? Is that vipassana?
No, vipassana is taking the 5 khandhas. I mean, it's going to the origin. It's not looking, in the sense, looking what is there, and remove it. I mean, that is just looking. That is just like weeding your garden. I mean, you start in one part of the garden, you start weeding it. And then when you come back to the beginning, I mean, all the weeds are there again. And then you go again, and then you take a second round. And then you take the third round. And you think, oh, I'm so heavily working, I'm heavily practicing. But actually you have to accomplish nothing. Because all what you do is you cut the weeds, huh? You don't uproot them. In order to uproot them, we have to be extremely careful. And we know how we have to know how to do it. And then, of course, when you uproot them, then you start in the beginning of your garden and then you go slowly to the end. And then you go back and there's nothing there. But all what we do is, we turn out in cycles, yeah? Just like from one life to the next life. Everything is going back. That's why we have to learn it, learn it in the proper way. Samatha learn it in a proper way, and Vipassana learn it in a proper way. And Vipassana is very clear. All what we do is the 5 khandhas. So, the body, feeling, memory, thoughts, that's what we're going to investigate. But it's first the body. And with the body comes the senses. And with body comes bodily feeling. So we have a long time to do it. Just always to do, and always stay within the framework of the body. Of course you can look, sometimes you can look in your heart and there's nothing wrong. But you have to stay, you have to have your main focus somewhere. Learn. And I know it is so difficult because after 3 weeks you want to go, you really want to do some work. And that's exactly, you go and beat, and then you come back and you think, oh, wow, I did that before, that, you do it again, and you do it again. And the rest of your life you still have accomplished not a thing. You're getting more skilled with cutting off the weeds, but that is all. You're not getting rid of the weeds. And that is, I think, it seems to me, this is the great misunderstanding that happens in the West about Buddhist practice. They're weeding. They're not uprooting. It looks nice,
It's new, it's like,
huh?
It's a new thing over there. So of course they're weeding, and it's going to be a while until they actually.
Yes, but if you cut it, you don't. The roots are find much harder. And it looks nice, with half, with a tenth of the work that you put into. It just looks nice, and that's what we go for the looks, yeah.
Then the weed is this big, and the roots are this big.
Of course they grow.
No, but yeah. The roots get bigger and bigger.
That's how they cut the Indians. When they cut the apple trees or the mango trees, they cut, the offspring off so that the power goes to the fruit. Otherwise it just goes out. And that is, I understand it, because we are over 20 now. And we don't want to learn from scratch. We want to know something, we get something, that's a nice tool, and then we start working. We don't even know how to use the tool properly. We just play around with it, Oh yes, that's fine, that works. But to do something, you see it for yourself. Just to sit down for 3 hours and do nothing than the Buddha. How difficult is it?
Yeah. You said I can do a bit of body concentration now because I've already got images fixed. If I see this is not my body, is that a conclusion? It's okay.
That's okay.
But
yeah.
There's a state that goes with it, so must I just pay attention to the conclusion kind of thing? Just work.
You just say anicca or anatta. Anatta, that's anatta. You have the 5 khandhas and you have anicca, anatta, dukkha. Or you have the 4 elements. That's it, what you use for contemplation or investigation. Nothing else.
So you just keep looking and it will show something.
Yes, and then you do it again. To show it again. to do it again, to show it again. I mean, yes. I mean, if you see that your body is not yourself, I mean, then put all the parts of the body and then ask yourself, what is the body?
But I mean, you can float away and say, this is not my body.
Yeah, and that is not right.
But
I mean, that is just don't care.
Then you can carry on.
Yeah. Just carry on, and say, and then ask yourself, before you float away, ask yourself, what the hell is body? I don't understand it. Please explain it to me. And they will explain it to you, and then you ask, you ask the next question. And what? Please explain that to me. What does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, what does it arm mean? What does it mean skin? What does it mean flesh? What does it mean muscle? Explain it. And without muscles, is it still a body? Or without skin, is it still a body? Or without hair, is it still a body?
Without feeling, is it still a body? I mean, can you ask that question?
Yeah.
So if you're getting sensations whilst you're looking at your body, you can look at those as well?
Yeah. But bodily sensations, yeah?
Yes.
Not mind sensations.
And if it's mind sensation, you get rid of it.
I mean, you just go back to the body. Not rid of it, you just go back to the body, just like you go back to the Buddha. And when you do investigation, I mean, you don't switch from one object to the next. I mean, that is also the difficulty. I mean, if you do investigation of the liver, then you stay for 1 hour or for 3 hours just on the liver. You don't switch to the stomach or to the heart. I mean, that is just wasting time. That's what I said, weeding. I mean, if you want to understand the liver, then okay, then go to the liver. Or if you want to understand the hair, I mean, whatever connects with the hair. I mean, the length of the hair, the structure of the hair, where it comes out, okay, yes, that's all connected with the hair. Whatever the liver, where it is, what it is, that's all the liver. But we stay just on this liver.
But we apply the khandhas to.
I mean, you already are in one of the khandhas. You can apply anicca, anatta, dukkha to it. Or you can apply the 4 elements to it. But what it is, with the body, contemplation is to bring up unpleasant feelings. I mean, that's what we don't want to see. We don't want to see our own quivering liver.
So must we try and make it disgusting?
I mean, no, you don't have to try to make it disgusting because it's disgusting in nature. Look at the food in your stomach, Now that you ate this morning, take a look, Take it out, Smell it. And try to eat it again. You're hungry and it's still there. You want to eat it? It's disgusting in nature. The whole body is disgusting in nature. Even our skin that protects us from this disgusting view is disgusting in itself. But just because we see it, very far apart, so we don't see its disgusting nature. But where's all this fat and grease and things and things coming out? The pus and so on? It's coming through our skin. Right? Yeah. I mean, why do we have to wash these clothes that we have on? Where's that stink and smell coming from? If it's not coming from the body. So if we investigate skin, then investigate skin. Don't change the object while you do it. I mean, at least, just like for samatha, 1 hour or 2 hours. I mean, you want to understand what it is, if you want to understand what it is, you have to stay on the same object.
For samatha, you recommend like the Buddha and or the breath right here, right? Okay.
Don't follow the breath, just know that the breath goes in or the breath goes out.
Like right here, right?
Yes.
Like that.
I mean, where the feeling is most intensive.
Yeah. And John, this falling in and out, that's normal. Because I've seen a few people doing it.
Yes, that is tiredness.
Tiredness.
I mean, that's where they're not off. That's what it's calling not off. I mean, they go down, their mindfulness completely goes away, and then they wake up.
But what if you sink a bit into the chitta, then it's still tiredness?
No.
Yeah?
When you sink in the chitta...
Not fully. It feels like...
No, when you sink in the chitta, the body completely gets erect by itself. You don't have to do a thing.
You mean fully, because
Yes.
I feel the Buddha going down.
At the moment, before things happen, you feel like, the body is all over the place. But then once you get concentrated, you feel that your head is on the floor. And then, in the beginning, of course, you open your eyes and you see the head is upstairs. It has nothing to do. I mean, yes, if open your eyes and if your hands are really going up, then, I mean, you're not really that concentrated. I know it's hard. It's difficult. It's tough. It's very tough. I mean, to undergo this kind of training, I mean, takes a lot of effort and a lot of determination and a lot of guts.
We'll be aware of where the body is when we're in samadhi.
Of course.
Truly. Or you'll be here and you might be here.
No. What tells the chitta, where the body is?
The chitta.
Huh?
Why, say one more time?
What tells the chitta? How do we know we sit erect?
Doesn't it just know? It just knows?
I mean, it knows through sense contact. But if the chitta is too busy with the Buddha, I mean, it doesn't get all the sense contact. So that's where false information is coming in. I mean, we need a lot of your positioning points in order to know where our body is. So we have to rattle them up to see it. I mean, when we move, we need this coordination. I mean, that the chitta is completely concentrated with that. It has to know. I mean, just the lifting, how many commands are going just for lifting of the foot? I mean, the chitta is completely occupied with that. So that means, when we are on the Buddha and the Buddha becomes stronger, and that normally happens only if the Buddha becomes more than 50%, we lose our sense contact. So we think we sit crooked, but we don't sit crooked. But of course, if our mindfulness is not there, I mean, yes, then of course when we get tired, the kiddies just want to lie down. That's why they go already in the lying position. Just indication for it. I mean, I hope you understand it's not easy. It takes a lot of determination. And remember, when you do investigation, it's the same object. You don't switch the object of investigation. I mean, you pick out an interesting object, like hair, or skin, or nails, or teeth, or whatever you want. I mean, you can make a tour through the body, and then just go. That's it. And that you take, and for the next 2 hours you are on this object. That's why I say don't do investigation before. You cannot even concentrate on the Buddha for 50 minutes. I mean, if you concentrate, but if you can concentrate on the Buddha, with staying on the Buddha for 50 minutes, then you can start doing the investigation, because that gives you a lead. But people, that's too difficult, I just want to think. I mean, they have thought all their life. They don't need to learn that here.
I was on the path for a few hours and the thoughts just went, kept coming. It became tired. Very tired.
Yeah. And so, next time walk out for 5 hours until you really get tired.
That's what I said.
Oh. And once there's tiredness, then go through the tiredness and the thoughts will stop. And the tiredness will stop with the thought. Interesting.
Go to the tiredness? How to go to the tiredness?
I mean, you just walk on. Until the thoughts about tiredness stop. Until the thoughts are so tired, they can't even think that I'm tired. And then you're suddenly not tired anymore. I mean, last time I already told you about, practice, when you really do it correctly, it's so amazing. A lot of things, that you have never thought that is possible, are possible. But only if you learn it in the correct way, if you do it in the correct way. And that means a lot of determination and effort in the beginning. If you don't do it in the beginning, the longer we wait, we can't do it. One says that, there's a bridge where we can't do it anymore. We always think about next life. Yeah. We can't change our habits anymore, it's too difficult. So learn it, when you learn it rightly from the start, how it is correct. You didn't mind to go to university for 4 years or learn a profession for 3 years. You didn't mind. You didn't mind to learn to walk. Did you? No, you can walk. How long did it take you? 2 years. It's a skill. It's an extreme skill. And also to talk. No, we can do it, it's just, it's too slow. You don't even have to trick it anymore. But the first time, we tried to say, Papa, Mama, that was very difficult. That took us weeks or months, to bring out a sound that sounds very similar to Mama. So learn the basic practice, and then wherever you go, whatever you hear, whatever kind other people tell you, you feel comfortable. Because samadhi is samatha and vipassana is vipassana. And you know what to do when they talk about vipassana, you stay on the same object. You know what to do when they talk about samatha, you have to stay on the same object. So in the beginning, for samatha it's even okay to have the Buddha put with breathing in and with breathing out. Because it's so difficult. It's so difficult just to stay for 10 minutes or 15 minutes on the Buddha. The first time is so difficult. Everything that we learn for the first time is extremely difficult. And if you wait and say, next life it will be easier, how can it become easier if you don't start now? Just like a person who wants to swim from Europe to America. After he has crossed, half of it, he says it's so difficult, And then he stops swimming, what happens to him? He drowns. And the next life, he has to start again from the scratch,
They'll ask if he drowns getting there or coming back.
He's coming back. Next time he has to do the same thing. Well, that would be easier. We just stop somewhere, and then next life we go on from there. No. That's our illusion, It's not even in our lifestyle. Just stop your work, and in a year back you go back to it. It's not the same. Everything else has changed. We have changed, the people have changed, the work has changed. Maybe the work doesn't exist anymore because nobody likes it anymore. Yeah. It's your life. You have to get happy. I just tell you the basics, And that's difficult. Learn it while you're here. Because here, I always will tell you. If you go somewhere else and learn it, you forget it. Because there are only a few people who teach it in that way. But if you learned it, wherever you go, you will feel will comfort us.
There's a really funny story. Like there was a retreat, and the servers, right there, and they're all like nodding off like this, because they stayed up all night talking. And like one of the students on the retreat goes up to the female manager, or the male manager, and goes, "Well, when are you guys gonna teach us that technique that you guys are doing? The new technique of going like this." It's pretty cute.
What did the manager reply?
I don't know. There's no technique for these idiots.
No, it's just mindfulness lapses, Just let your mindfulness lapse, and you're not off.
Ajahn, are you aware of the path of purification? The path of purification.
The Vimutti Magga.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know anything about it?
No, not really. I mean, there are two. There's the Visuddhi Magga. What is it? And the Vimutti. I think it's part of liberation or purification sometimes.
Is it Buddha's teachings?
No.
It's all commentary.
They're all, take them with very caution. I mean, all the teachings of the Lord Buddha are in they are suttas.
And can I ask,
there are short suttas or long suttas, but that is a commentary. A description, Some people think, that is what the Buddha said, and they write it down, explain it, because they read so many things. But, it's their understanding of what is right.
I heard it's pretty controversial, like the path purification. I heard it's pretty controversial.
Vimutti or Visuddhi?
The Sri Lankan guy, the guy from Sri Lanka who ordained late in life, and he knew a lot about Hinduism, and he ordained as a Buddhist, and he thought he got enlightenment very, very, and that's one.
Yeah, Visuddhi Magga, that is very, for myself, it is so confusing. It is.
Was written by someone.
Yes. It's said to be written by somebody who was an error. But I don't know.
And what Buddha teaches isn't necessarily how we are saying enlightenment.
Huh?
What Buddha teaches isn't necessarily how we are saying enlightenment. Because Buddha is not saying to jhanas and saying to the world, samadhi. Do we know? Because we say it as
I'm not familiar with the way how the Lord Buddha attained enlightenment. I don't know if he probably related it to people, but that was quite a fight. I'm not a Pali scholar, you have to ask a Pali scholar, you have to ask Sanatha Mahaprabhu, he might know it, because he has studied. But what happened during that liberation is that, he fainted 3 times because of pain. He wasn't willing, to allow the pain to take over him, so he fainted 3 times. They call it one evening, but this one evening might have been a year or 10 years. They call it one evening, reflection about this or that. He set out, once he took that meal, and then he sat down under the tree. We don't know how long he sat there. It could have been a year, or it could have been 3 months, or it could have been, whatever. But what is said, and what I know from Sanatha Mahaprabhu, that during his strive for enlightenment, he fainted because of pain. Who of us is willing to faint? If the pain is too much, we get up.
You should do that when you children. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, sometimes it's so easy, to do as children, because children don't have a notion of dying. I remember when I was 18, we did some very, very dangerous sports. I mean, holding our breath, and somebody breathing it, and then we fell unconscious. And we loved it. But of course, it can end up, that you never wake up. But because, we do all these things, they ride on their motorbike, don't care who's coming from left or right, and they just ride into their death. That's not, that's not how it comes. I mean, to realize, he didn't faint, he fainted out of pain. To understand what is the nature of pain. And he was not willing to give into that pain. Just like Ajahn Mun. He was not willing to give into the pain. He wanted to understand what is the nature. I mean, people in the West, stop and they say, okay, I can accept pain, that's it. But that doesn't mean, they understand the nature of pain. Just like cutting grass, It doesn't uproot pain. I mean, if you want, sometimes they say, if you want to want to overcome hell, we have to swim through the fires of hell. Otherwise we will not know what is hell. We've never been to hell. If our whole life has never been hell, I mean, then we have to go. Otherwise, in the face of death, we will be completely unmindful. We will fight that pain. And then, whatever our chances are, we might go down or we might go up or we might come back, whatever. I mean, being able to be mindful while there is pain, that is your security for deciding in what kind of life you want or what kind of choices you have. So, sooner or later you have to go through pain and you will die. You will die of fire or you will die of, pain, everything is torn apart. I mean, and you just face it up and see what it is. Understand the nature of it. I know it's hard stuff, but that's the way, Enlightenment doesn't grow on trees. I mean, it comes through hard work, tough work, But maybe now it sounds too tough for you. But the moment you are a fighter, okay, so let's do it, and you go through. For now, you think, oh, that's too much. No, you have to get in the mood to fight. And then once you have fought for 1 year, continuous, I mean, you just don't care, you fight whatever comes up. You just don't care. I mean, you see, whoop, you fight, you see that, you fight, see that. And you feel great. Because actually nothing happened. I mean, there's no injuries of your body. All what you find are mental concepts. And pain is a mental concept.